Okay, this question is from Team Figueres, who's 20 years old, right? You're 20 years old, and you think your question is, do I choose between music, right? Your question is, do I become a pro soccer player or a professional musician? And I think if we take a step backwards, I've got some stuff written down that I think can help change your trajectory by introducing some ideas that'll help shift your perspective on this supposed question. So for starters, if you're not already using a daily planner, this is something that's completely transformed my life, and I think using a daily planner can help you get your most important things down, and will help you it'll change the way that you're enjoying your own life, because now you can start to visualize things. You could write down song ideas, you could write down training thoughts, you could write down whatever that's going to help you get out of your head onto paper. It's therapeutic. It'll help you grow. The second thing I have written down, well, let's see, you want to see what I got? I have, right, that's your name, and then it's mindset, right? The reason why Muhammad Ali is such a great boxer, not just because of his work ethic, right? He trained 6 days a week all day, but his mindset was key, because he knew he wasn't the best, and to be the best, he reached out. He was always looking for better training, and he would write letters to the best trainers around, and he would say, I want to be the best in the world. Can I come meet with you? So you have to have this mindset, even for both the music and the soccer, right? So mindset is key. And in regards to developing this growth mindset, two books I think are very essential, that I think will improve the trajectory of your training, both on the music side and on the soccer side. Right? You want to read Atomic Habits by James Clear, and you also want to read Effortless by McEwen is his last name. I want to say Jerry. Could be, yeah, I think it's Jerry. Right, so the key points from both of those books, well, there's a lot, but Atomic Habits is about how incremental little things you do every day, they add up, and they're a vote for who you are. So, you could say that you want to be a pro musician and you want to be a pro soccer player, but if you looked at how you spend your day, right, if you were to reflect on yesterday, for example, if you didn't spend at least 1 minute a day improving yourself physically or skillfully as a soccer player, and you didn't spend 1 minute a day writing songs, crafting songs, listening to music, or practicing in any form, we could end this conversation right now, because based on your habits and based on who you are, you're not a musician and you're not a soccer player. If in the past 2 days, if yesterday or today you have been training and you have been practicing, then maybe you are on the right path. So I think, there's I got two more things written down in my next section. The first is diamonds in your house, right? Diamonds in your house. What does that mean? That means that there are certain tools that you probably have in your house that you don't know that could improve not only your playing performance on the musician side, but also on your performance on the playing side. So let me show you what I mean by diamonds in the house. We have here a 10-gallon, right? This is a 10-gallon brute barrel. Got this for maybe less than 20 bucks at the hardware store. I have a ball and a rope. This is a skills kick trainer, 24 bucks. I got an RMT rope made with my bare hands, and it's a bit longer than I'm tall, so I'm 5'9". You could call this maybe 6.5 feet. tennis balls and a size 1 ball, right? This one was $10. Pack of tennis balls, maybe $10. So we're looking at less than 10, 25, 25, 30, less than $50, maybe $60 for that whole setup. And just with those tools alone, getting touches, doing dribbling work, juggling tennis balls, and juggling towards that basket or towards the barrel, you can train at a very high level with just those tools for less than $75, right? And you know, it's not like I'm towing a lot of equipment. You see all these videos on Instagram, all people got all these cones, got all these rebounders, this, that, and other thing. You don't need much to train at a very high level. I mean, if at this point in time, if you like, I'd be surprised if you could juggle a tennis ball 100 times with just your feet. If you're not there yet, you can be there, but you just got to start. So you want to start to look around your house. If you have some rope, I would make an RMT rope. Just search how to make an RMT rope. You can make a ball, skills kick trainer, just a size 1 ball, a length of rope, and tie off a handle, right? The length should be shorter or the same length as from your hip to your ankle, right? This is an essential training tool. Another thing, cold showers. If you're not utilizing cold therapy just to get you in a to invigorate your breathing and to get your to lower your heart rate, cold showers are super powerful. You know, there's a lot of people talking about that these days. So that's one more thing, right? That's in your house. And you know, you start doing some of these things every day, they're gonna start to, the good habits, they'll spiral you up, right? They stack on top of each other, right? So you're waking up, you're hydrating, you know, cold shower, you get the music on, and you start to get yourself in this perpetual state of zen, right? You want to start making it so your days, they're just guiding you to positive things no matter what's happening. So you can start to rely on your habits to shoot you in a direction where, you know, your practice is relaxed, your training is relaxed, and you're gonna craft your training to a point where musically and on the soccer front, you could be competing at a high level with very low effort and getting a lot of joy. That's where I think your trajectory should take you, because it seems like the only battle you're facing is maybe this mental right in your mind. You're 20, and that's gonna, maybe as you get older, there's this mindset of, oh, you know, how come I'm not pro yet? Or like I see all the comments, people saying that there's very low chance of you going pro and this, that, and other thing. As long as your training is world class and you're in a relaxed state of mind, you could start to develop, right? Your daily routine can take you to a place where you can compete at a professional level, as long as you're training smart and allocating your time appropriately. The next thing I have written down, right? The first thing was diamonds in your house, right? Assemble your tools, right? Like, get a bag, find yourself a carrying device or a bin, and put all the balls in your house, even balls, dog toys, football, basketball, tennis ball. Get all the balls, lacrosse balls, golf balls, right? Things that can help improve your dribbling, your balance, your touch, that can help roll out your feet. I'm talking resistance bands, weights. Get it all together so that you can start to create simple and smart training rotations. So, right, diamonds in your house. The second thing, diamonds in your backyard. What does that mean? That means that in your town, right, if you could have a bicycle ride away, right? I have no idea. You said somewhere in Cali, but if you could hop on your bicycle, is there a sauna by you? Is there a Pilates studio right by your house? Is there a gymnastics studio? Is there kickboxing? Right there, I promise you, there's someone in a bike's ride vicinity, or a bike and a bus ride, who you could train with on a weekly or daily basis, who can completely change your quality of movement, who can change your quality of sound, right? You got to decide, you know, I would think about what are my strengths and then I would improve, right? You want to double down on your strengths. So if you're very explosive, then maybe kickboxing could be your jam. Or if you have a lot of endurance, then maybe you see someone who knows some breath training. But you got to be very strategic, because you're 20, and some of these people are right that the higher your level of training, the younger you are, then the more chances are you have to go pro. But you don't have to rush it, but just in the sense that you don't want to piss away your time, right? If you think that it's going to be not hard in the sense that of the effort, but it's hard that you have to strategically plan for your success if you're serious about becoming a professional player or a professional musician. And I think you could do both. I think a lot of people in the commenting don't appreciate the power of some simple high-level training habits that can really take you to the next level with a little bit of effort. So diamonds in your backyard: saunas, Pilates studio, gymnastics, kickboxing, taekwondo, right? Someone in your area, that there are people in your area and there are things around your area that you could learn from, that you can learn certain skills, warm-up routines, professional players. I guarantee you there's older professional players who have training routines that are not on the internet, that are not on books, that you could tap into if you're genuine and ask the right questions. Do your research. So you have to Google search. You could Google search the winners of kickboxing Olympics, and then you find all the winners of the kickboxing Olympics, so gold, silver, bronze, and then you find out where they're living, find the ones in California, and then just reach out to them, write to them, say, hey, I have this vision of training, want to improve my training, would love to, either book them for an hour or just ask if you could interview them, and you got to plan good questions. So it's going to take some research and some thinking. So diamonds in your backyard, that's super important. The next thing I've written down is plan a trip. You want to plan a soccer vacation, and you want to do that right now. You want to plan a trip to a soccer playing country, preferably somewhere that's your dollar is going to be strong. So right now, I know Europe, the dollar's strong there. Argentina, the dollar might be strong there. The reason why you want to do that is because you're going to get more bang for your buck. But you could take this trip and it could inform your quality of training. So if you go there to a destination where there's a lot of soccer players, and you notice that your touch is poor, that's a sign, right? That'll tell you, okay, now I got to improve certain things. But if you go on this soccer vacation and your touch is strong and you're competing at a high level with some of these players, then that's another sign, that can inform you to that'll just guide your training. So you said you got this e-commerce business, right? If I was you, I would drop out of school. I really would, because what school's teaching you, you're going to get some community with your classmates, but it's supposed to be teaching you how to be, how to think, how to write, how to stand up for yourself in the world. And, it seems like you're competing with the world in a good way, where you're creating value by starting this e-commerce business. So, a lot of people don't have that benefit or haven't figured out that out yet. But I'm not saying it's not worthwhile to stay in school, but you have this vehicle, this money-making vehicle. Now it's just about getting you into a place where you're around other musicians or around other soccer players. Because if you're around other musicians, you can have this synergy of ideas and thought, where if there's no friction, then your growth, it'll inform your growth. You'll have faster growth. And if you're around better soccer players, there's going to be a synergy of soccer ideas, and you're going to improve your soccer playing. So I would drop out of school. You could always return back to school, and you could take any. I think Stanford has their whole entire curriculum online. So you're saying UC Berkeley, UCLA, all these schools. I mean, if you want to be a pro player, then just get around high level players and just start playing. So that's why I think booking a trip, dropping out of school and booking a trip to a soccer destination, you got to put yourself around high level players, and through osmosis and through assimilation, you're gonna start to if you've invested in yourself, into smart training, a world-class warm-up, world-class dribbling routine, juggling routine, world-class strength routine, then putting yourself around other soccer players will help you turn pro. Last thing I've written down is Derek Sivers. This guy, he started a multi-million-dollar business, but he said the day that he was the richest he's ever been, and the day that changed his life was when he was living in New York City. He had a minimum wage job. He saved. He ate rice and beans. Right. He was just practicing to be a musician. And the moment that he could support himself just by playing guitar and getting live gigs, right, that's when he said he was the richest he's ever felt, because that's all it took for him to be a professional. Right, being a professional musician means a lot of things to a lot of different people, but in his mind it was just being able to pay his bills and do the thing that he loved. So, right, I want to close on that. If you could just do the things that you love and support yourself, then that means you're a professional. So I know that was a lot, but reach out with any questions, and thank you for your time. All right.